It's day 554. Normal September weather has resumed. It is currently wee-weeing down. Got the jump pack, gonna go and try and move the jury picker because they're bringing the potato loader. So it's like a grader that grades the potatoes off the tractors and trailers onto wagons so they can take it down the motorway, get it back to the farm where he stores them. But we're not sure if it's going to fit in where we wanted. We're going to put it on Sunflower Maze car park if we can fit it in. So I'm going to go up now and move the bales and move the cherry picker. Moving the bales out the car park to give it a little bit more room because this thing is quite long. We've got to turn the wagons round. So we're just going to hope it fits. Apparently the biggest job's going to be turning it in off the road because it's quite long and it cuts the corner because it's not really the best thing the way it's designed with the drawbar on it. So far we've had 16 mil of rain, that's why we've got some puddles on everything, and the picnic area has flooded, you can see over there, and it's going to rain for the next 10 days according to my weather app as well. So it's going to be pretty wet, and I don't know whether we'll get any more autumn drilling done, even if they've dug the potatoes. We're just a bit worried about how much mess they'll make now digging the potatoes. Just give that gate post a wobble with the Merlot. That's loose now, so I'll lift that out, then they can cut the corner as they swing in. It's a bit big. It's got an overhang at the back, so it's more it'll swing into the hedge as he tries to get in. I think it'll go in that, won't it? You've got loads of room at the back if you want to take another shunt. It's going to be tight that though, you know.
Alright, you go down the hole and not the wheels.
We can't see them. Can't get in with the tractor, so I'm getting a Merlot. I'm going to get a chain and see if we can get in with the Merlot. Or turn it round and then take it forwards. Going to try and move this now so that we can get it in from the other direction. Just tow this onto the hard standard and then we can move it out of the way for swinging this grader in. There we go. That was the hole that was going to fall down before. Anyway, the tractor will straddle that. Hopefully when it cuts the corner now, it'll be alright. It's your back wheel now. No, you've gone too far, it's gone too far. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You'll have to get this way. Yeah.
Go! Go, you get right there!
Yeah, it's in. The soil trailer. Load of spuds. Another load on its way on the matting. Cleaner's set up now. So they tip the spuds in the far end, come over the grader, takes the soil out, that goes into that trailer. Then the good spuds go into that, and then they can go down the motorway, get washed, and then they'll be in a crisp packet later. the other side. You see, trailers come off the spud harvester into there, tipped up over a load of screens. It sieves the soil out, and people on the back pick any stones and other big clods of soil. And then onto there. That's another trailer full binned up now, ready to pack up. That's the 250R. Now it's had its new head. It now works, and it's got his new weight block. I should have left the cherry picker here and got an aerial view of it all working. That's a pretty trick. There's LED lights so you know where to back up to. And then when the trailer pulls forwards, you start flashing so they know that they're moving. Just a sea of potatoes. Takes about 10 minutes to empty one of them. One for the Massey fans. I just missed him backing in, but the lights go off as you back in so that you know that you're there, and then come back on again, I think, when you're in the right place. I've just been checking the gutters again now the cherry picker's back, and that wheat now is all looking good in little rows. You see where I sprayed it, I wasn't quite in the right place for the tram lines. So anyway, next time I go in, I'll reposition this bait to go in them tram lines, not there. And that should be, they'll stay in that place then forever then. Got a problem with the ash auger underneath the boiler. Its motor's playing up. So I'm going to try take the fins off the end, turn it and see if it's working, and if not, I'll have to take it off. So this auger is totally jammed solid. We've got some grips on it now. Can't move it one way or the other. So obviously nothing wrong with the motor. It's just the fact that there's something jamming it, but I don't know why it didn't trip off the breaker. It was just humming the motor rather than turning. It's totally jammed solid, so we took the gearbox off and the motor. And we're going to try and get some grips on it and turn it backwards now. Go on, try levering that, Andrew. No, it's solid, isn't it? No. I have to put a ratchet strap round it and try and pull it backwards. It's jammed solid. So what I think I'll do is get that and cut it. Well, grind the middle out so it fits over the shaft, and then cut a little square out of it about there so that we can put the keyway back in like that. Then slide that on and drive it with a socket and a big bar. So I just need to get rid of the threads out in the middle of this, make it a snug fit, and then cut a slice the same width as the keyway. But I can do that in a vise hopefully, because I'll take that round to the vise. Just grinding the thread out of there so that this is another shaft the same will fit in. Just needs a little bit more now. Ground that out now, that fits in there nice. So I've just got to cut a groove now, the same width as the keyway in there. And then it'll slide on nice and we can get a bar on it and socket. The trailers are sinking now with the spud grader, so I'm just going to run up now with some road planings and put it in. Because I think because of the wet and the weight, they've wrecked the car park or something. Nice green Valtra. Another trailer getting loaded now. Just sinking a bit, innit? Six minutes to empty a tractor onto a bulker. Just levelling the planings off now so they can back up again without sinking. Got a little bit of a puddle appeared here, so we're coming out and putting a bit of mud on the roads. I'm going to put some planings in this as well. That's better now, a bit of stone in that puddle, and then I've also knocked a bit of soil out the way so any water now will run into the end of that ditch. Does anyone else put the grinder down and snap the disc? Right, I've cut a slot in it now, so it fits on nice. Just drive it with a socket, hopefully. There we go. That's the plan anyway. So that goes in, fits the socket nice. Hopefully it'll slide over the shaft, locate on the keyway, and then we can turn it now with a big bar. Right, so I've slid that on now. Keyway's back in. Lights fell over, blinding me. There we go. Put the socket on now. And then hopefully we can get that big bar on that Andrew's got. Try and turn it backwards. Try and turn it backwards now. If it don't work, I don't know what we're going to do. Is it going? There we go, it's gone. Woohoo! Right, I think we'll keep that tool in here now for next time.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Got it moving now. We're going to try putting the gun on, see if we can wind it backwards and forwards and wind it out. But I'll show you what the problem is. If you go round here, inside the boiler, it's full of ash and the auger in the bottom's jammed, so it must have a piece of metal down there where it goes from an open flighted auger into a tube. So we're going to try and wind it backwards and pull it out. Just taping that on so it doesn't rattle loose when I'm doing it now with the gun. Coming out now, innit? Just got that out, but I don't know whether that was jamming it. There doesn't seem to be anything else in there. No. Hold on a sec. No, let me just put my hand in. Don't do anything. That'll be it. Piece of metal again. I think so, yeah. Just wait there. I'll put my hand in again. Don't push it in, whatever you do. Yeah, just bits of stones now. Right, go on, push it in now. Yeah, clear. Just push the auger back in now. Go on, try it harder. Go on, that's it. Right, hold it there. Yeah, that's the auger, that. Right, we'll wind it in now, that'll do. Is that going now?
That's it.
Is that right in?
Yeah.
Can it go any more though and clear some ash?
That's it.
Go on, keep going. Is it going? This stud snapped, so I'm going to cut a little line in it with a whizzer. Put a screwdriver in and wind it out. Hopefully, there we go, that'll wind out now. Put some new bolts in it. And then I can get it back together. That bolt's on there like that, you see. Holds the motor in place. This is the plate where I've just took that bolt out, but some of the holes are damaged and the thread's gone. So I've turned it the other way, mounted the bracket back on now, and I'll put the motor on upside down. But because we're going to be driving from the opposite end of the gearbox, I've got to swap the wires around in the motor so that when it goes forwards, it goes in the opposite direction, because now we're taking the drive out the opposite side of the gearbox. The rotation's turned, if that makes sense. Just swap the black wire for the brown wire, so now the motor will go in the right direction for the computer when I put it back on there and bolt it back to the gearbox. So now the motor is the opposite way up and it's all bolted back together, and if I flip this switch, it's turning. Finally. Look how clean Andrew is compared to me. It's covered in dust. Working now. It's just starting to create a hollow there and move all the ash out when the camera doesn't focus on the dust. But it's turning it out here now. then into this organ going out into the ash bin outside. Handy tool that, we'll keep that in here so it doesn't get lost on the shelf. Back time for the fast track. Just printing out the black 936 for the Cool Whirl on Olivia's instant camera, which is a little bit like a Polaroid. There we go, perfect. That was like the best Christmas present she got last year off me. That's about it for today. Quite a long video, lots going on, typical Monday. Apart from, it's time to add the black 936 to the Cool Wall under the sub-zero category. Lots of other suggestions, 1455s, a couple of John Deere's, Crop Master. But where would they go? If you think, you know, well, if you want to tell me, where should the 1455 go, for instance, or a fast track or something? Let me know which section it needs to be in, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Don't forget you can watch the video there and you can subscribe over here. Oh, sorry, yeah, one last thing. If you watch this far, don't forget to click like as well. So thanks again, I'll see you tomorrow.